live. We are running late. We apologize. We went long breaking down the NFL over on FanSpeak. We'll probably push this one back to 1:30 on Thursdays from now on. But fortunately, it's only a 2-game slate. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Tyler, because it is only a 2-game slate, we will have some time to talk about last night. And I'll be honest, Tyler, we took some stands, and there was some rough ones. Let's go through that because we have time, right? Let's go through. Do you want to talk about what we saw last night and what we're going to take away from it? Now, we won't usually be doing this, but because it was the first game of the season, I want to go ahead and give our thoughts on some of those games. The first one was we lost the Hawks game, and Tyler, that I have 2 TVs and I can put multi-view on, but I ended up having 8 screens, and I wonder how much I actually lost there on the takeaway. So I know that we lost the Hawks game. I know that we were leading for most of the game, and they fell short at the end. Did you see it, and what were your takeaways as this Hornets team? We bet the under on them, and if they're going to continue to get wins like this over a team with the Hawks who have a projected win total of 44, while the Hornets only had 31, we're going to lose that bet. Talk to me about what you saw as PJ Washington leads the Charlotte Hornets to an upset victory on opening night.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch much of that game because I was at work. I only had 1 screen. I didn't have the luxury of 8 screens like you did.
It was too much. I showed my buddy. I said, dude, he came over to watch. And I said, dude, it's like being in the sports book, but you also realize that you can't watch 8 games at once. And I just saw glimpses of each one. And I kind of like how I was doing it before, where I watched one game after the fact. I know the results, and I feel like I'm getting more information out of that. But regardless, I don't really know if I took that much more weight than you. Hey, pretty good for the Hornets, though, right? Give them their props.
Yeah, I mean, I give them a little bit of props, but they shot the ball very well. The Hawks, we should have seen it from last year where they just didn't play good on the road, and they laid a stinker right on the road at the beginning. But we wanted to fade the Charlotte Hornets, who we think are one of the worst teams in the league. So it was just one of those spots where we kind of got ahead of ourselves. I'd probably make that bet again, though, and just try and fade that Hornets team. But Hawks on the road might be something we just have to tread lightly on.
All right. The Boston Celtics got the win over the Knicks. We were lucky there, Tyler. Jalen Brunson, 3-pointer, which would have not mattered, but would have caused us to not cover the spread. That game could have gone either way. Give credit to both teams. The Knicks kept it close. The Celtics get the win. Anything we take away there?
I mean, Celtics look really good. Porzingis being, 4th option? I mean, dude's never looked that good in his entire career. He looked like he was having so much fun out there. It sounded like a whole new guy. Like, he's just having so much fun. And he had 4 blocks, I believe, in that game. Mm-hmm. He's going to just have the luxury of all the attention on the other guys and just being able to hit these open shots. Derek White and Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown, just those first 3 guys are going to be a bitch to score on for all the guys on the perimeter. The only guys that are going to be able to take control of this team are going to be bigs. Like Jokic, AD, and these guys will probably still dominate them. But the guards on other teams are just going to have so many troubles trying to score on them with these defenders. They're going to be a tough team to beat, and they're going to be top 2 in the East like we thought.
I thought the Knicks were going to get the upset there. Credit to the Celtics for getting the win. Don't adjust our teams at all, pretty much off that performance. All right, this is going to be my least favorite part of the show. We had a great debate yesterday. Tyler, I made some great points yesterday that were all absolutely wrong when I advocated for the Houston Rockets. This is why I love working with you, keeping me away from that absolutely terrible losing pick. Tyler, I was so high on the Rockets coming into the season. That was the most disappointing performance to open the season that we saw last night. The Houston Rockets, I was really excited about them. It's only one game. We don't want to take too much away from it. But, boy, I was disappointed in the way that Ime Udoka had those guys ready to go. Şengün, the team's leading scorer with 14 points. You got to be kidding me. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Great coach, but can he fix what's already broken, or is this just going to take a while? Like, it could take a little bit longer. Orlando, they were just the roster that's been together longer. They had the 2 best players on the floor last night, and they just kind of dominated that game.
Bro, if Jonathan Isaacs is back, that's a playoff team if he stays healthy.
He's a stud. Yeah, he could play defense with a lot of guys in the league, even the best players in the league.
Yeah.
So he's a big key piece of their team.
Another mistake that you kept me off of was when we originally did the playbook. Wizards were +7. When they dropped to 5, I said, hey, maybe that's a little bit too much. Lean the Pacers here. We didn't get involved in that game. The over was easy. It's 143 points. The Pacers put up. They win by 23. Oh, boy. Great performance by Indy. Wizards never were close at all. Well, first quarter they were close. Not really close at all, though. In this game as the Pacers took it to control in the second quarter and then just cruised in the second half, winning by, 18 points in the second half. Upgrade Indiana. I'm not downgrading Wizards. We had them at 24 wins.
No, I mean, I think the play we missed out on the biggest one was just we looked at it when we talked about it yesterday. It was like, isn't this game the matchup that always goes over? And would they finish with 260 some points? There was no defense played in that game. Indy was just running up and down the floor. I mean, that's just how they're going to play with the way they're built. In Washington, I mean, I didn't get to see much of the game, but still to put up 120.
They're an over team.
Yeah, they're definitely an over team. Both those teams are an over team.
Those guys are going to have 245s here by December.
Yeah, by like a week from now, once you have like 3 or 4 games data on all the teams, both those teams are going to be top 2 to 3 in pace, is my opinion. Like the
Cleveland Cavaliers got the win. But the Brooklyn Nets covered the spread. One of the rare games on those 2.5s where it lands on the number. Boy, if you had Nets money line, you are sick to your stomach as they had the opportunity to win that game. Donovan Mitchell was 27, 5, and 6. We stayed away because of the injuries from the Cavs. We almost jumped in on Brooklyn, but Tyler, let's be honest, we probably would have taken the money line and we would have lost. I was happy to stay away from that game. I thought it was an entertaining game. What did you think, Tyler? Is Ben Simmons back?
He couldn't give me one more assist spread. I mean, I told you at the beginning of the day, I said, you want the most disgusting props to bet. And you said,
yeah, and I was disgusted.
I'm going to throw up because it's Ben Simmons, isn't it?
You're helping me lose weight, buddy.
We're going to bet his double-double, and we're going to bet his triple-double. Now, the triple-double, he couldn't make any shots, so we really didn't have a shot there. But the finish with the rebounds and to come up 1 assist short on us, when he didn't even get much fourth quarter run. I think he played like 3 or 4 minutes, and they yanked him in the fourth. So he'd got that run. I think he gets a double-double for us, cashes that plus 450. They're going to be a tough team spread. I mean, just the way they're built, he's going to be around the point. They could defend a bunch of positions too. They're not a contender, but they could be a scrappy team here and there. I think we're going to back them a lot this year. And the Cavs, I mean, that was just Donovan Mitchell willing them to a win. Hit the buzzer beater, got them out of there with the win. I still don't think I think both these teams are very close. I don't think the Cavs are closer to the top than the Nets are. I think they're both in that middle tier.
All right, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Jason Graham showed up on time. We did not. Thank you for sticking with us. Jason, Richie Smalls, my guy Clyde, what's up? Good to see you, Clyde. Big Malik Monk fan there. Jonathan Nelson in here, loving his Lakers, true to the brand. My guy Glaucoma, had to have loved that Dallas Mavericks win last night. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, what's up, gentlemen? Hit that thumbs up. This is the Nuke the House YouTube channel. Tyler, a one that we had right, and I ended up betting it, and why didn't we add it to the official play? So disappointed. The Detroit Pistons +9. At certain points, didn't look like they were going to get there, but they won the second half by 10 points they fell by 1. Tough play there at the end. I was really excited to see what they were going to draw up. It was a Cade 3 at the top of the key, 3 to 4 feet behind. So they're going to have to work on that. I was hoping Monty would have a better ATO there than that Cunningham play. Give credit to the Miami defense. This is a team still, learning. But I'll tell you what, as someone who's high on the Pistons this year, we took their over on their win total. I liked what I saw. Cade Cunningham, 30 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. Definitely paying off as I was loving him in NBA best ball this year. What were your thoughts there? Pistons look pretty good, huh?
Yeah, they looked good. The Heat still can't win games by margin. I mean, what were they up 20 in that game? And then all of a sudden, it was like their offense died. And you blinked, and it was like, oh, the Pistons have a shot at winning this game. I didn't like the shot at the end, but you got to put the ball in your best player's hands. He probably hits that shot sometimes. They come out with a win, but to only lose that game by 1, don't disrespect this team with these +9s and +8s all year because they are definitely going to keep these games close spread. We just identified the wrong +9 on the board last night.
Monster against the spread. Looking forward to backing the Pistons in the future. Tyler, a game that we stayed away from was the Raptors and the T-Wolves, and I felt that we were right to stay away. The T-Wolves got the victory, but it definitely could have gone either way. Anthony Edwards lighting it up with 26 points, 14 rebounds. He's another one I ended up with a lot of in best ball, and I'm happy about that. Dennis Schrader, wasn't sure what to make of him with Toronto. Leads the way, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Raptors get the win. Whatever.
Yeah, I have no take on this game spread because
Exactly.
even going through like box scores and trying to look at games like while I'm watching one game on my one screen at work, I don't think I clicked on this game once because we didn't have a single dollar in it. Like
I had it on of one of my 8s.
I think at the end of the night, once all the games were wrapped up, I went back and checked out Ant's stat line to see how he did. But I didn't take much from this game at all. Didn't have any eyes on it, so no take on that game for me. And our guy Glock in the chat, what's up, Glock?
Yeah, Glock in here, pretty happy about that Dallas Mavericks win. I don't think this was our worst call yesterday, Tyler, but it was close. We like the Grizzlies. To be fair, we said don't bet it after Aldama was ruled out. I still had high hopes, though, and I don't think this game was nearly as close as the final score indicated. It ended up being 111-104, but at no point during the game, well, maybe the first quarter, right? But after that second quarter, I didn't feel like we were going to win at all. Our worst fears as Grizzly backers came true as there was no answer for Zion Williamson. CJ McCollum, 24 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Pretty disappointed there in our Grizzlies pick, Tyler. We got to fade this team until they get some more depth in their front court.
Yeah, that, and it's watching Zion play. If he's healthy, good luck. That's just the basic breakdown. Like, defensive player of the year right in front of him. Yeah, good luck. He just punched it right on him. Couldn't do anything with that. Like, and Glock says in the chat, Jaren Jackson Jr. was something else last night. He's going to have those nights where he either plays really good or he's just a foul machine. He's right on the bench. So we were sold on Memphis earlier preseason. They might be a middle of the pack team spread after one game, but it's one game. I don't want to take much from it.
Yeah. I think I'll just upgrade the Pelicans and leave it at that. The question is, can Zion stay healthy? The other one we completely whiffed on, Tyler. The Oklahoma City Thunder. They smoked the Bulls.
The Bulls suck.
Bro, did you hear the Bulls were arguing before the game and had a players-only meeting after the game?
The Bulls suck. Their coach sucks. I thought their coach sucked in OKC, and they still try to paint this guy as a good coach.
Bro, how do you have problems after game 1?
Yeah,
that's like a mid-season deal.
That's how you know the problems were already in the locker room before game 1. And then the loss and it being a blowout, they were like, yeah, we're not having this.
Yeah, that was wild. Shea, 35-10-5 in the win. Let's give the Thunder their props. Let's downgrade the Bulls. I'm actually fine. I know we say don't overreact to one game. I'm fine reacting to that game because the market was higher on the Thunder than we were. Let's give the market their props. The market was lower on the Bulls than I was. I know that you were a little bit against that, and I was kind of leading that charge there. I'll take the L. My apologies. Mea culpa. My mistake. But we learn from it. We move on. The Kings was the easiest bet. Another one I bet personally. We didn't have it on the sheet. Why not? They score 130 points. They could have scored more if it stayed close, but they really didn't need to. The pace of that game slowed down. Kings are going to be an over team this year. That game hit 244. I got nothing for that one. Do you?
No, I got nothing on that one.
I mean, it was fun. I had my friends over. Kings, they like to be wonderful. Mavericks, 126. Spurs, 119. I thought the Spurs had a great chance to get the win there. I thought that I didn't like the way that Wembanyama was officiated. We all tuned in to see Victor's debut, not to see him on the bench. That was a little disappointing. I did feel those were phantom fouls, but that's something he's going to have to deal with as he adjusts to the NBA. Luka, brilliant as usual, 33, 14, and 10, getting it done when it mattered. Wembanyama showed, though, that this Spurs team, they're ready to compete for a playoff spot right now. They kept it close with a very good Dallas team. Not really adjusting either of them. Maybe upgrade the Spurs. We didn't really take a stand on the Spurs. We saw that they had a potential for high variance before the season.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a high variance. Vassell and some of these other guys looked very good. Vassell, however you want to say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Branham looked good off the bench also. They're going to be all these guys on this team that everyone was like, oh, these guys kind of stink. Like, why'd they pay them? They're going to step up now that they have their guy. Victor was just he was the new guy on the floor. Like you could tell he's a little antsy. He got the foul calls. A lot of ticky-tack fouls too. He's going to have games where he smashes, and he posted the same stat line Duncan did in his first ever rookie game. So I know everybody wants to give him shit, but these guys don't hit the ground with 30, 10, and 9 games. So not everyone's Luka, not everyone's Jokic on day one.
And let's go ahead and let Glock, take this victory lap a little bit more. He's talking about Derek Lively in the NBA. It's really hard to get a player out of the top 5 that can come in and contribute right away. He was able to do that. Great pick. And for them to be able to fill that hole without a trade, without losing assets by simply drafting properly, and it's one game. So far, it looks like they knocked that out of the park. They addressed an issue with a quality player. Got to be excited there if you're Glock and the Dallas Mavericks. But to be fair, you did just beat a team with a win total of 29.5. So let's see how Dallas does against some stiffer competition. Tyler, we almost had a chance to backdoor that Blazers game. Did you watch all the way to the end? I don't know why I did. What's wrong with me? We had a chance, man. All we needed was one bucket there right at the end. We didn't get it. The Clippers were too much. This Blazers team might be the worst team in the NBA, man. I was wrong on them. I don't think we bet their over. We didn't touch their regular season win total. I thought they would be able to keep this game close. That was all garbage time when the Clippers took out all their starters, and then the Blazers left their starters in, which was how they were able to even make it so close. But when we take the +9, we were taking that into account, right? When you take a team like the Blazers, you say, why would Chauncey Billups take out Scoot Henderson, right? Why would you not let him get some confidence against the second guys? So you guys can see why we landed on that play, but we're going to need even more now with Portland to take them. I guess you could be excited about the Clippers, but I'm actually kind of just downgrading the Blazers, and we already had them pretty low, and I'm not touching my Clippers rating. Same with the Mavericks. Let's see you guys do it against someone who we really think is a potential playoff team. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't take much of anything from that game. They won the game by, 1 point over the spread, 2 points over the spread, so it went pretty much how Vegas had it lined. When we tiered off the teams to start the year, I had the Clippers as possible contenders but need to show us something. They don't jump up from anywhere from there. And Portland's still in the bottom, them bottom dwellers. So they're just still at the bottom. They're probably going to be at the bottom for a few years. And like a guy like Ayton spread, like he needs a real point guard that's going to be able to feed him in the pick and roll. Like these guys like Simons and them aren't going to be able to help him. Scoot looked terrible.
He needs to go ahead and help himself.
Yeah, but he's not a guy that can find his own shots. Like he scores a lot in the pick and roll. He picks and pops. These guys just don't do that. So, like, I don't know what his fit is here.
You can see why Phoenix was quick to move on from him.
Yep.
I thought he was most disappointing. And if I know we're not supposed to place blame, I blame him for the reason we lose. I'm not blaming the rookie point guard.
He did nothing.
Okay? I'm not blaming Shaedon Sharpe, who's still learning how to play in the NBA and wasn't the number one overall pick.
Still learning how to shoot a basketball.
Yeah. All right. Excited for the Blazers' future. Pretty far ahead, though, at least 3 years out for this team. Tyler, let's dive into tonight as we have 2 games that have 6-point spreads. The last time I checked, let's see if while we were doing the NFL show with Meg that those switched. Yes. Go ahead. Lakers taking more money. Phoenix Suns plus 6.5, but we'll go in chronological order to tip us off tonight. The Philadelphia 76ers and Milwaukee Bucks make their season debuts. So far, 28 teams have tipped off. 2 teams have not. That's the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Of course, this will be the Milwaukee Bucks' first game with new addition Damian Lillard. Will they be able to defend at the point of attack? Does Tyrese Maxey have a big game here tonight? Sixers catching 6, totals 227.5. Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm on the Bucks here spread. I think they win this one pretty easily, even with it being Lillard's first game. Like that pick and roll with him and Giannis off the couch should be able to give Philly some troubles. They have the giant Harden situation lingering over Philly. Now he's back and he wants to play. He showed up.
No, he wasn't allowed to get on the airplane.
That's what I was getting to. He showed up at the airport with all his bags. They told him no. You know this is just making the locker room stressful. Some guys want him traded, some guys don't. There's the rumors Embiid wants out now. I just don't see the pieces to defend this Milwaukee team. And there's not the Harden piece to relieve Embiid of having to do everything. Like Maxey isn't going to get these other guys involved all that much. He's going to look for his shots. PJ Tucker's just all defense. Tobias Harris isn't getting other guys involved. Like it's Embiid. It's Embiid versus the Bucks tonight with a bunch of role players. I think the Bucks roll out onto their home floor and just take care of them, beat them by about 10. Giannis posts a double-double. That double-double wins minus 125. I don't hate that. And I think Dame lights him up from 3, too. And Embiid could also have problems with Lopez, who was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate last year, too. So it's a rough one for Philly in this matchup, in my opinion.
I don't think Embiid's going to have problems with anybody. I like a lot of your breakdown, though. Tyler, two things we haven't – well, one thing to both teams that we haven't talked about. Both teams ushered in new coaches. Nick Nurse, known to run those starters in the ground. Will that have a negative impact on Embiid? Will he change his coaching style? Because – let's be honest, there's no reason to play. If he tries to run Embiid like he tried to run Siakam, he's not even going to make it to the All-Star break, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Now we also have Adrian Griffin, who seemed like a good hire, but we also had that thing with Terry Stotts right to start the season. Hearing about that story, right? Griffin was trying to drill Sergeant Stotts, and Stotts just quit. He was too old for it. Stotts has a great relationship with Damian Lillard. I wonder if this is a good sign, a bad sign, a sign of absolutely nothing. Something to keep in mind here tonight. 2 new coaches here, maybe a little bit of a new offensive strategy there for the Bucks, and maybe a coach that can make some in-game adjustments. As much as I tried to back Coach Budenholzer, it was a losing battle, Tyler. And just like my backing of Jimmy Garoppolo as the Raiders quarterback, it ended up with tears and embarrassment. So let's see if both teams improved at coaching. Is it a net neutral? Or maybe in Adrian Griffin's case, hey, you always say when you fire someone,
who's the odd man out for Milwaukee tonight, spread? Like, all the attention for Philly's defense is going to go to Giannis and Dame. Is Middleton just going to be standing alone most of this game?
Maybe.
Because, like, just for instance, like, I know that the usage is going to come down with Dame there now, but like 4+ threes and Middleton wins at 13-1 when they're 6-point favorites. I feel like that price.
He doesn't take a lot of threes, though. Can't we just do his total points?
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to go that route, you could do, let's see, where's his points? 20+ points and they win at plus 630.
I like that one better.
Yeah. I feel like those are way, way mispriced.
All right. Anything more on this game between the Bucks and the 76ers? It seems like we both like the Bucks. Are we laying it?
I think we should. I think
they bet it right now.
Yeah, I mean the number. I don't think the number moves much. Like, you're not going to get injury news out of this one.
All right. Like, we haven't run our numbers yet. We'll have those up after the show. We ran long with NFL today, and we'll adjust the showtime so we're not late again. Thank you for sticking with us. Nuke the house. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up. The Phoenix Suns, Tyler, have moved to 6.5. No Bradley Beal. No Devin Booker. Tell me why you like the Lakers, and let me go throw up and lose some more weight.
Nah, give me your reasons behind why we're taking the Suns, spread. I want to hear
subtraction.
Do we worry like it's just the guys coming off the bench are just terrible?
Are they though? We like their depth additions during the offseason.
Yeah, when they're surrounded by guys better. When they're surrounded by 3 guys that are getting all the attention. Now it's like, all right, stop KD and just chase off the guy.
Who's going to stop KD though?
Himself. You see what he did in game 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's basically a scheduled loss on day 2 for the Suns. Like,
it's not a scheduled loss. If
if
Booker and Beal were playing, would you think they would still lose?
They scheduled it themselves by rolling those 2 guys out. Like, they waved the white flag already. AD's gonna absolutely murder Nurkic under the hoop. They're like, these bigs are just gonna eat on the Suns. Okogie's not gonna have the rebounding he had against the Warriors when they didn't have any bigs out there. I think the Lakers kind of just, maybe they don't cover the spread, but I think they win this game.
I think when you do your performance doubles that you love so much, you mix them with AD.
Yeah, like AD 12+ rebounds and win plus 115. Don't hate that. AD 25+ and win plus 162. You would have to build the double-double on your own to get that one, though. They didn't list that one. And there's no way I'm playing an AD 30+ and win at plus 390 because I don't think he gets the 30.
The 6.5 is just calling me. It's going to be 7 or 7.5 by the time they tip, too, right?
Yeah, probably.
How mad are you going to be when I bet it? I mean, I guess I'm mad. How much are you going to make fun of me if I lose?
It's you. You've bet it. You've literally bet against the Lakers every time we talk about them.
No.
Yes. Even dating back to last year, like it's fade. I can never get you to bet on them, or it's no bet. You never bet on them.
I've bet on the Lakers before.
No, you haven't.
It's just
I
disgusting.
literally
It's
had
blood
to pull
money.
your fingernails off to get you to bet on the Lakers before. You
That would be a
won't do
fun
it.
episode of the NBA rundown.
If the Lakers were plus 75 against a YMCA team, you would still find a way to tell yourself you're not betting it. You'd be like, oh, maybe the dude at the YMCA can cover this. Maybe I could just find a better game on the board to bet.
All right. Well, my bias aside, Tyler, who's unbiased when it comes to the Lakers, I don't know how you can't hate them. Like Walmart just shutting down all these small businesses, Amazon shutting down all these. Okay. The Phoenix Suns plus 6.5, totals 226.5. You like the Lakers. I think the performance doubles are the way to go, but you still think they cover the 6.5, right, Tyler?
I think it could fall right around that number, but I think they do win this game by about 8-9. Like in the end, like it was a bad matchup game one against Denver. Denver seems to have their number. I think they bounce back very nicely against the Suns team that doesn't match up well against them here, missing their stars.
I so hope you're wrong.
Like we talk about D'Lo having a bad matchup with Denver. Like, is he going to struggle against Juan Paname and these guys? Probably not.
You're right.
Like I think this is a spot Lakers bounce right back.
I hate when you're right. All right, best bets time. Best bet for the day, side total or prop.
All right, we're going to make this very simple. Screw the points. Parlay the favorites. Take the even money ticket home. Just parlay both their money lines. Lakers, Bucks. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar parlay.
Ooh, nice. I like that. All right. Well, I'm not adding to that.
See? You see? I give him a free one. He's like, nope, not betting the Lakers.
No, I said I'm not going to add on to it.
Okay.
I said
I thought you said I'm not going to add it. I was like, oh, this guy.
No, that's the best bet for our show. I'll it's so disgusting. Oh my god.
Our guy Gavin's in the chat. Don't worry, guys. Real basketball starts in 9 days. When they're shooting like 12% from the field and the score is like 25-35 at the end of the game.
Nobody can beat anyone else off the dribble.
Yeah.
It's like everyone goes, they play more defense in college. Like, no, they just can't shoot.
They're running schemes that are like Stone Age old.
The three-man weave.
Oh, I remember that drill in high school. I hated that one.
And you never use it. It never uses it.
Because it's one of those things you go on the floor. It's like no one in their mind in that split second thinking, oh, we got to weave. Like,
hey, what was the rule in the Hoosiers? You couldn't dribble more than 3 or 5 times.
You shoot before the ball was passed like so many times.
Yeah, that's Gav's style of basketball. No, love you, Gavin. Glad that you joined us. And hey,
well, we got him in the chat though. I do need our guy Gavin's opinion on that co-main event on November 11th. Is he on the Russian or is he on the Englishman?
Yeah, throw that in the chat as well. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. We have a bigger slate. It's not like the Wednesday night one, but we have a lot of fun. I think we're going to move the show back. We were late today, and we'll probably run late a little bit tomorrow. So we'll start at 4:30. Well, wait, what are we doing first, though? We're doing NBA first, huh? We'll push the NFL back another.
MMA is dead to him till May. He gave it up for college basketball. Dead.
DD. All right. No MMA picks for our guy Gavin. Of course, if you do want those college basketball and college football picks, they're up on the site over at Nuke the House. Make sure you take advantage of it. Gab, I may not be giving you props, but on Saturday morning, I'm logging in and I'm betting those plays. So I appreciate
him and Steve crushed it last year. I mean, I asked Steve when we seen him last year, Spread. I said, hey, who's going to win this whole tournament? We were 1 day into the tournament, and he told me UConn. And there they went all the way to the end and blew out the team in the end and won the championship. So they know.
So make sure you take advantage of that. Steve's plays will also be up on that very same spreadsheet. A lot of great things going on at Nuke the House. Of course, this is the NBA rundown. Hey, guys, we're still trying to rebuild this following, but I know people are going to want to take advantage of this great information that we're having, this great banter that we have back and forth. And I'll say it right now. Very few people can handicap the NBA as well as I can. And no one on the internet can hate on the Lakers the way that I do. That's what you're getting here. Some unbiased opinions. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Go Bucks. And Tyler, I kind of hope your parlay wins.